Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select was introduced in 2013. It's a one-time limited release of Jack Daniel's Sinatra Century. Let's see what's that about. We don't need to know anything about Century. 2013. Okay. Bangkok.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like.
Hey everybody,
Hello.
welcome to Simple Diversion. I'm Graham,
I'm Rob.
and today we are going to be talking about the Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select.
We have a little special gift here, huh?
Nifty gifty.
Nifty gifty.
They are nifty. They're nifty gifties.
This is a real treat. This is Frank Sinatra, you know, of course,
Select.
Select. So as some of you may already know or heard of, Jack Daniel's No. 7 was Frank Sinatra's choice.
Yep.
That was his favorite drink. Back in the day when he drank it, it was actually 90 proof, which now it is only 80 proof. So it's only 40% alcohol by volume. And it went down back in 1987. For reasons why they changed that, I'm not 100% sure, but that's the way Jack liked it. And that is the way it is here. It's 90 proof. So that's awesome. They also, made this more bold and smooth, similar to Frank Sinatra's voice. There's actually a time where he had Jack Daniel's actually hand-delivered to him at an event that he was playing for.
Because they didn't have any.
Because they didn't have any, right, exactly. And he would never drink Jack Daniel's if the bottle was already open. He would never take a drink. You had to give him a brand new bottle every time. I'm guessing though, once he had a drink, he would stick to that bottle, but who knows. And he would also have he'd always have a drink or a bottle of Jack Daniel's on his private plane to his next show. He actually was buried with a full bottle unopened of Jack Daniel's, which I'm sure is still there today.
Oh yeah.
Aged very well, I'm sure. So this is actually in tribute of his friendship to Jack Daniel's, and not the Jack Daniel's, but to the company.
Frank Sinatra, you would not be able to find him playing a show without this glass of Jack Daniel's in his right hand, usually singing "Fly Me to the Moon."
Yeah, yeah.
And he would have it in an open whiskey glass with 2 fingers of Jack and 3 cubes.
Wow. And splash of water, I think, too.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he watered it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, if that's your choice, that's your choice. But I kind of like
3 ice cubes, water down, and a side of Jack.
Yeah. Could you imagine though, just going to one of his shows and then him having a drink in one hand, the mic in the other, and just singing "Fly Me to the Moon"?
I cannot.
I can't either.
It'd be pretty cool.
Sadly, he died, 1998, May 14th.
March, February. Like Rob said too, this is going to be more bold, more smooth than the number 7. And the reason is because it's made in what they call Sinatra barrels.
Yeah, Sinatra barrels.
With deep grooves cut into the barrels so that the whiskey itself could marry and be exposed to the wood, and then that's why we get these oak flavors.
And probably stronger, that bolder flavor. Yep. I have tried it before. Graham has also tried it.
I will give it an A+ for the packaging.
Oh yeah, definitely
with
a collector's
the
item.
hardcover booklet you get.
Yep.
The bottle is magnificent. It's going to be a heavy, thick glass, and it's going to be a liter, not
a whole liter.
750.
It's really nice.
So you get a little bit more there too.
Right. It does come with this booklet. It talks a lot about Frank Sinatra's relationship that he had with the distillery and with the drink itself. It gives you a little history behind that. For instance, it tells you a little bit about him being buried with the Jack Daniel bottle and how he drinks it and all that good stuff. So it's really cool. I mean, you have really good illustrations here.
Would his relationship status with Jack Daniel's be alcoholic?
Probably, yeah. I would say so. It comes with a little card that you can actually register online. I heard it's not, you register and you get like special emails, so it's nothing special, but I have yet to put in my number.
Email spam, I mean, who doesn't like that?
Yeah, right, and I just show the number so somebody might steal it from me, but it's a cool little thing. Comes in a little orange private envelope. In honor of legendary friendship that stretches more than half a century. So, very, very neat. There's also, speaking of century, there's also a Sinatra Century. So don't get it mixed up with a Select. Century came out a couple years later. It is a lot harder to find, and actually it's priced at twice the price. Yeah, so, and this is already, what, 140 to 180 bucks, depending where you get it.
Yeah, I've seen it anywhere from 160 to 200.
Yeah.
If you're a big Jack Daniel's fan, this is going to be something that you're going to want to try.
Oh, definitely.
And we'll see if it's worth every bit and every penny.
He also has like his little signature here on the side of the box. I like the colors. I like the orange and dark blue. You know,
I mean, they really did well again on packaging it, on displaying it. The bottle itself is really nice, really heavy. You know, they got the Frank Sinatra hat as a logo in here. That's pretty cool.
Little hat on there.
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey, not bourbon.
No,
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey. Let's give it a pour. More than I bargained.
I'll make you lick it off. Yeah, it's all right.
The appearance, it's going to be darker than the number 7, that's for sure.
Definitely.
And there's no additives to this. Is all natural color.
Right. I even saw that it's gluten-free.
Oh,
and I don't know. Honestly, I don't. My mom could drink this. I don't know if all whiskey or scotch is gluten-free. I just happened to run by it. Before I bought the bottle, I was kind of doing some research on it, and it said it's gluten-free, and like you said, the preservatives are out of there. So it's really cool. No added flavors
or coloring. That's actually what I meant, but
I'm sorry.
It's very soft and mellow flavors coming out. There's nothing too strong. Nothing that's gonna knock you off your
It's not too harsh like the Jack is, but you do get a little hint of that Jack Daniels, that old number 7.
A little bit of honey. Maybe some caramel.
Honey. I'm getting some apples. Some sweet red apples.
Some vanilla, maybe even a little bit of that oak in there. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Prost.
Prost.
Prost. Very bold. Very smooth. It's got a bite.
It does have a bite. I know it was the first time we had it. We compared it to the number 7, and it felt smoother. But just taking in that first sip, definitely you can feel it going down.
Yeah, because I think last time we did it backwards. We tried the old number 7 first.
Yeah.
So that probably took away the harshness from this. So if I was doing a comparison, or if we were doing a comparison, I would say this is not as harsh, but there is a bite.
A little bit of spice, maybe a hint of smokiness in there. With it's still
which is pretty unique for Jack Daniels for a for an American bourbon. Bold and smooth, just like Sinatra's voice. I'll tell you that. It is better than the old number 7.
Definitely. If you like the number 7, you're gonna like this a lot better.
Yeah. For price though, from what I've heard and from trying this now, single barrel, it kind of relates a lot to the Jack Daniels single barrel. And single barrel is $50-$60 depending on where you get it, which is really almost a third of this price-wise. For you Jack Daniels fans, if you love Jack Daniels the way I do, definitely give it a shot.
Scale 1 to 10.
Without price being in there, without it being a collector's item, I'd give it a solid 9. What about you?
For me, when I look at this, I'm not the biggest Jack Daniels fan, and I do prefer Scotch over Tennessee whiskey.
Right.
To me, it's a little underwhelming for the price.
Yeah.
And I don't like to put the price in my equation, but it's hard to not factor that in. It does seem like a novelty, a novelty item. Very well packaged. Would make a great gift for somebody, if you had the money, or if you just want to try it and you're a big fan, go get it. It's good.
Yeah.
But it's underwhelming for what I'm paying for. And I think I like Frank Sinatra a little bit more than I like the Sinatra Select. But I would give it probably an 8 out of 10.
Okay. It's still really good.
It's still good. It's just, I wouldn't buy it personally for what I'm paying.
If I was comparing it to a top-notch Jim Beam or a top-notch, another American bourbon, I would put this near the top. It is really good for an American whiskey. So
I just feel like maybe they're charging too much for it.
Definitely, and I think they're charging not only because of the Frank Sinatra, but because it is Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
It is a big name. It's almost like Nike and shoes or whatever.
If this was a third of the price, I would say, hey, yeah, I'll keep that in my liquor cabinet all day long. For what I'm paying, I'm not getting enough to keep getting it.
Right. Kind of like the Blue Label.
But if I got it as a gift, I would be very excited. I'd be very happy with it and love drinking it.
For you out there, if you haven't tried it, just go get a single barrel. Wait for a friend to buy it, and then go try out his. Have a good night, and listen to some Frank Sinatra. Put the LP in the or the vinyl on the old record player, and then of course have a little glass of Sinatra Select.
Another interesting fact is this is actually going to be aged in the casks less time than the number 7.
Really?
Because it does have more contact with the wood.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not going to be
exposed
to the wood as long as the number 7.
Wow. That's interesting. And as some of you may know, Lynchburg, Tennessee, where this is made, is the only place you can Jack Daniels is created. All in all, I really enjoy it. It's definitely a glass that I will use on special occasions. Last thoughts?
If you're a big Jack Daniels fan, I think you have to go out and at least try this and see what it's all about and make your own opinion.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Does it fly you to the moon?
I think it gets me to the stratosphere.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It gets me to
the 100,000 mile mark.
It gets me past the old.
You're in space. You're in space.
I can see Earth. I see Earth, but I'm not quite to the moon. In order to get me to the moon, Frank Sinatra would have to have a drink with me. You're all right.
I'm in space.
I'm in space. And these bottles empty on eBay are going for $70.
There you go.
With the box.
Hey, if you can sell that though,
get your money back. If you can, get some of your money back. But I'm not gonna sell this. I'm gonna keep this for as long as I live, and maybe buried with it as well, like Jack Daniels. Or no, like Frank Sinatra.
You're gonna be buried with an empty bottle?
Let us know what you think if you've tried it before. Let us know if this helped you, decide whether to buy it or not. If you already have some, feel free to prost and have a sip with us real quick. Or leave comments and suggestions down below.
I do get a little bit of honey.
A little bit of honey.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not as much as the honey. Jack Daniels honey.
Thanks guys for watching. Let us know what you think of the Sinatra Select. Have you had it before? Are you gonna get it? Keep us posted. And as always, see you soon.